Oh, I'm on the wrong day. Sorry. I wondered why everything looks so different. Page 14, right? Okay, did everybody get the website that was up here, the TechSmith? Okay, let's just get that on there so you know how to spell it. This is for the screen capture software. This is the web address for that. At least that was the plan. There it is. That is for screen capture, but also gives you a way to write on the screen. We're going to talk a bit about things like journaling. Cecil and I are really big on recording what's going on. Now, how many of you are in business? Small business, big business, doesn't matter. Okay, quite a few. Well, in your business, you've got to track stuff, right? Sales, refunds, growth of sales, right? You want to see what's going on in your company. And with trading, that is extremely useful because you're going to notice trends even with your own trading. Maybe you shouldn't be trading at 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you should. Maybe you shouldn't be trading on Wednesdays. Maybe you should. So the tracking process will help you do that. The reason why I think really for ease of use, TechSmith, if you want to record what you're seeing and what you're thinking on a chart, it's very useful for that. It's not cheap. Software, I think, is about $300, but it will help you to record what you're thinking. You can draw on the screen, record your notes, and then come back and refer to it later. In fact, some of the things that I've done over the years kind of grew out of taking those videos myself, sharing them with people. More people asked for them. Really just started out with more of just commentary, and it grew from there. But I would use it because if have you ever noticed that I'll get going on a video and pretty soon we've gone on for like an hour? Right? Never seen that. Can you imagine trying to remember everything you said? I mean, I said it, and I get done sometimes and I think, what did I just get done saying? So I started recording some of those, especially at the end of the week, because I've just gone through the week. There's been a massive of information from the market that I've gotten. Highs and lows and information announcements are all filtering into my brain and then coming out in the analysis. And I used to try and record all of that on paper. When you're going and looking at this way of the wealthy that I'm calling it, this clear-cut science process and document, you want to make sure to bend it to you. Don't think that you have to do it in the way that I'm giving it to you. The principles need to be there. The system needs to be there, but the method that you use can be varied. In fact, a large part of what I do, would it be effective for you to see some of the stuff that I do? Yeah, tracking? Okay. I'll give you just a range of tracking sheets. This is just a couple of currency pairs. I've got the euro over here, and then the yen. The lines on here, we don't need to get into the prices, but this is how I keep track of what I'm looking for. So I've got a line on there which tells me the price that I'm looking to trade at. Now for me, this means something. I know because I have these two lines, this is where I'm looking to buy, and this is where I'm looking to sell. But it may not make any sense to you when you first look at it. Again, I've bent this process for myself. As much as I use electronics, you've probably gotten by now that it's a love-hate relationship with me and computers. As much as I know how to use them and I love technology and gadgets, I would rather do this. Write something down on paper. Because, like we found out today with our wonderful Vista virus, as I call it, sometimes it doesn't work. This, however, is working just fine. So I can record the positions. I can record what I'm doing. Now, this is an example. It's same kind of thing, but it's a screen capture from one of my videos. So you can see I was writing on the screen where I wanted to go long, where I was looking for the stop, short position over here. And I can just print that out. That, again, is part of the Camtasia screen capture software. So it's helpful for me. There's another one, same thing, just smaller images. And then I can go back, what I will use these for, I'll go back and use these kinds of things for my reviews. And I've really gotten away from trying to keep a spreadsheet. That just didn't really fit me, trying to put things into a sheet. It was a big struggle. And one of the things that I talked about in Dallas was, life is hard enough without adding on to the frustration. So figure out what's going to work. Keep the principles in place, meaning it's a good idea to keep track of what you're doing. But do it in a way that's going to be as easy as possible for you. There's just no need to struggle with it. So this, I found right now, is very, very easy for me. I'm already doing most of the screen capture stuff anyway, so it's a very good blend, especially as I go out and start tracking more markets. I know this may cause more questions than not, but I wanted to show you, this is some of what I will do for my equities analysis. These are just 3 time frames. I'm looking at a daily, weekly, monthly. So I'll keep this on my desk so I can reference the higher time frames. Because when I'm trading, I don't want to have to fill my head with a bunch of stuff and have to think about a lot of things. That's why when I said Tuesday when I was trading, I ran into trouble just because I had so many things on my plate. I mean, how many of us have lives that are rather busy, right? We've got more than one thing going on. Anybody? Okay. So you don't want to make your trading difficult. So these types of tools, and this is nothing more than taking a snapshot of the chart, snapshot of the chart, snapshot of the chart, and putting it into a Word document, printing it out. And then I've got it on my desk. And then I'll also do it for, these are intraday. This is a tick chart. A tick chart, for those of you who don't know, is simply taking all of the trades that come through in the market, and as soon as you get a certain number, you create the bar. So instead of a block of time, it's a block of trades. Just another way of looking at the market. And then I've got a 10-minute and then an hourly bar. And this is really what I focus most of my time on when I'm trading equities. And then I have space to write notes. You can see here, buy the gap, sell the gap. Well, I don't know. What am I going to do there? But it gives me an opportunity to think it through on paper. So I'll have different notes. I can write where it was, what price was doing when I got that snapshot. So when I come back to that, or I look at this 20 minutes later, I don't have to think about what did I print that out for? What was I thinking? Okay, it's just another way of keeping the records. And we'll get into more of that in a short time. And yes, that means I have a stack of paper on my desk about 1.5 inches thick. So if you're an environmentalist, don't throw red dye on me or something. I do recycle paper, though. That satisfies you. All right, so let's talk about our 2 traders at 5. Oops.